Hello again everybody, this is Gusto and I have another review today. A few weeks ago, Scotsman1984 was nice enough to send me a care package full of some British rations, including a 24-hour pack, as well as some of the newer 12-hour rations. So the ration that we'll be reviewing today is the Ministry of Defense 12-hour ration, menu number 1. The British 12-hour ration pack was introduced in 2011 and was designed for shorter patrols, including vehicle patrols, especially in hot climates, as they included a lot of drinks to promote adequate fluid intake. The advantage of the 12-hour pack is that it is usually less than 1 kilogram, so relatively easy to pack. And from what I can gather from Scotsman1984 and from MREinfo.com is that this does include a chemical ration heater similar to the US FRH. It also contains several ready-to-eat foods and a main entree that needs to be heated. So let's take a look at this ration. As you can see, it has a list of ingredients, shows the main entree as beef bolognese, also shows a caramel cereal bar, brown biscuits, apple flavored boiled sweets, salted cashews, and cheese spread. And then it shows the assortment of drinks, and then common components including the hot beverages, wet wipes, tissues, gum, and a spork, and the flameless ration heater. So let's get this opened up and look at the contents. So it comes in a nondescript plastic outer bag with the component form. So up first we have the main item, which is the beef bolognese and pasta shells. It's a large portion, 300 grams, and there's the ingredients. Here is the flameless ration heater that comes with this, and again, this is a common brand beyond the beaten track in the British rations. So it's pretty large. It's got a really thick heater pouch in there. Interested to see what this does. Shows a good set of instructions here, so it should be fairly easy to figure out. We also have a package of brown biscuits, a can of cashews, a caramel cereal bar, a package of cheddar cheese flavored spread. Interestingly enough, this is made in the United States for Vesti Foods. There's a package of apple flavored candies. Then there's also an assortment of beverages, which includes fruit flavored energy drink powder, and this is orange flavor, a sweet cherry beverage powder, and a black currant beverage powder. Also comes with an accessory pack, and that contains instant coffee, sugar, creamer, a tea bag, 6 water purification tablets, gum, 4 antibacterial hand wipes, a spork, and a package of tissues. So quite a good assortment of items. Looks pretty similar to the contents you would find in a US MRE as far as the amount of food for a single meal pack. For the main item, let's get that into the flameless ration heater and get it heated up. So for the main item and the FRH, you can look here at the instructions. It actually gives a description of the chemical contents of the flameless ration heater, which is different than the United States FRH, which consists of a magnesium metal oxidation reaction to heat. This actually contains aluminum powder. It looks fairly self-explanatory. Let's get that open. And there's the heating pouch. It says to make sure that the main item is inserted with the heating pad centrally underneath. It calls for 60 milliliters of water to that bottom fill line. It says to fold it over and tuck it under this adhesive strip. Starting to make a little bit of noise. And starting to heat up a little bit. It says to place it on a solid, flat surface and give it about 15 minutes. Ooh, look at that. That's much more vigorous than the USFRH's. Quite pleasing, to be honest. It's actually boiling water in there. That's awesome. Now recently I've had a few comments on the videos regarding the skull, which has become the hallmark of my channel. And I'm going to give you a little bit of background information. This is actually one of my most prized possessions. It belonged to my grandfather when he was in dental school that he used for study, and I inherited it when he passed away, and I actually used it for study in medical school. So it is, again, one of my most prized possessions. It also kind of serves as a watermark on my videos. So I hope I don't offend anybody, but it's going to stick around. As far as the other items, let's get those onto the tray. We'll start with the brown biscuits, and these are the same as the ones in the 24-hour Dutch ration that I did early on in this channel. Get those opened up. There they are. There's half a dozen of those thick brown biscuits. There they are. Get another one out there for good measure. It also comes with a cheddar cheese flavored spread. Knead that up. Has a similar appearance to the cheese spread that you'll find in a US MRE. Bright yellow. Smells about the same. Next, the cereal bar. And this is a caramel flavored cereal bar. It's pretty sticky. Also fairly pliable and soft. Also contains the apple flavored candies or boiled sweets. There's several of those in there. Next we have cashews. There you go. Smell pretty fresh, and nicely they appear to be salted. This also comes with 3 beverages, so they really do push the fluids, and all in all this requires about 1,250 milliliters of water. So very good for hot climates. I'm actually going to start with the hot beverages, so we'll start with the coffee first. Again, there's a package of instant coffee. And to that I will add 1 sugar, 1 creamer, so you can see there kind of the chunks of the creamer. It's a little bit ominous. Add some hot water. Give it a stir. Next, a cup of tea. There's a tea bag. Pretty strong scent, very nice. As far as teas go, I can't differentiate them by nose. But it just kind of looks like a typical black tea. Give that a few minutes. For the cold drinks, I'm going to start with the orange flavored energy drink. And on the reverse it shows the ingredients, and it looks like an electrolyte beverage powder. And there's the powder. It's kind of a little bit orange tinted. And it calls for 500 milliliters of water. Probably going to be just a little shy of that, so it might be a little bit strong. We'll give that a stir. Next we'll prepare the black currant beverage powder. kind of a pinkish powder. Actually a little more purple. And this one calls for 375 milliliters of water. We'll just estimate and make a mess. Yay! That's for you, Stella. And with a little KiwiDude style magic, it's all cleaned up. Let's give this a stir. And lastly, we have sweet cherry beverage powder. This also calls for 375 milliliters of water. There's the powder, and this one is pink. That turns out about the same color as the black currant drink. Alright, now time for the main item, and this bag is screaming hot, so this item should be very, very well heated. Let's see if I can do this without burning myself. Still tons of steam coming out of there. Actually gives instructions to tear it here. It's easier to remove the pouch. And this item is extremely hot, just like if you had boiled it on the stove. That's fantastic. Let's get that onto the tray. Ah, there you go. Looks pretty good. That smells fantastic. Yeah, that looks really good. And let me get you a close-up. So here's the close-up on the main item. You can see lots of these pasta shells and this really meaty sauce, meaty tomato sauce. Looks pretty good. Some decent chunks of beef in there. As far as vegetables or anything like that, I can't really see any. That looks pretty good. So quite a lot of food here, and really a whole lot of drinks, which again, as Scotsman1984 said, this is tailored for a hot climate, short operational meal, so they really stress the intake of beverages. We'll go ahead and start with the main item. Again, this is the beef bolognese and pasta shells. Try to get plenty of those. There you go. So that's pretty good. It tastes like a typical canned pasta with meat sauce. It's not bad. It needs a little bit of salt, actually, and then probably some Tabasco sauce. We'll put some of that in there in a minute. Next, we'll try the brown biscuits. Try it by itself. And again, a lot of grain in there. Nice and thick and hearty. Crispy. Yeah, and that's pretty good. That's really just a dense whole wheat cracker. Very nice. And then with the cheese spread. Again, this is cheddar cheese flavored spread. Looks pretty similar to US MRE cheese spread. It's actually better. Yeah, that's remarkable. That's very good. It still has that processed cheese flavor. It's a little bit stronger cheese flavor than the US MRE cheese. It's not bad at all. I like it. Next there is the caramel cereal bar. You see it's really dense with oats and rice and things like that. It's pretty sticky on the outside. You can see those bits of caramel and the coating on there as well. Now that's pretty good. It's like a light granola bar. It's really not as dense as a typical granola bar. It's pretty sticky and very, very sweet. It's almost like a dessert. That's pretty good though. Next we'll try some cashews. These came out of the can. There you go. And those are lightly salted. They do taste very fresh, very good. Next we'll try some beverages. We'll start with the electrolyte or energy drink. And this was orange flavored. And not bad. Has a mild orange, kind of subtle sweetness to it. You really can't taste the electrolytes. I was kind of expecting like Gatorade. It's not as salty as that. It's more sweet and just kind of a subtle orange flavor. Next we have the Black Currant energy drink, and I did have one of these in the 24-hour UK ration, and it was very good. Currants aren't something that I'm really accustomed to, but I did like the flavor of the drink. And it's kind of a tart grape flavor, is my best description. It's pretty good. Not overly sweet, does have a really strong fruity flavor to it. Next, the sweet cherry beverage. And again, that's a nice fruity flavor, just mildly sweet. It's not overwhelmingly sweet or anything like that. It does have a good, fairly natural tasting cherry flavor to it. Next we have the coffee. That's pretty good. It's a nice, strong, bold coffee. Not too bitter, pretty smooth. It's all in all pretty good. Next, the tea. Let's get rid of the tea bag. I will add a sugar and a creamer since I have it. Give that a stir. That's pretty good. It's a very mild black tea. And lastly, we have some apple candies or boiled sweets. It's a little bit sticky. Ooh. Now it has some cheese on it, but there you go. Just a typical hard candy. And a really nice apple flavor to it. That's very good. And for that main entree, I'm actually going to go Gundog style on this, and I'm going to add some cheese. And some Tabasco. I don't have an accessory packet Tabasco, but it's fairly reasonable that you'd have a hot sauce on hand somewhere. Add a few drops there. We'll give it a mix. Let's give that a shot. So you can see some cheese in there. It does have a spicier scent to it. Oh yeah, that makes all the difference. Now it's very, very good. Got a little bit of spice to it. That cheese kind of makes it a little bit saltier. That's a very tasty main item now. So very good. So this is one of the newer 12-hour United Kingdom ration packs, and very delighted with this. Again, thanks to Scotsman1984 for sending it to me. So to all the viewers and subscribers on YouTube, thank you very, very much for your continued support, as well as to the reviewers in the community. Thank you, as always, for supporting me, giving me feedback and advice. I thank you all very, very much. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.